He played the fast-talking agent Ari Golden Entourage to starring in the British PBS drama Mr. Selfridge. Quite the range there. And of course, that's just to name a few of his credits. Joining me now is Emmy and Golden Globe winner Jeremy Piven, who is actually in the Bay Area this weekend. Hi, Jeremy. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. We need a laugh right now. That's for sure.
We could use 1,000 laughs right now, for sure. I'm so glad to hear you're going to be up in the Bay. Now, are you up here yet, or are you coming up a little later on today?
I am just about to jump on a plane and be airlifted into the San Jose Improv, where we're all, and by the way, you don't need a vaccination card. I know there's some misconception about that. So, yeah, we can all, get in there and have a laugh together, because we need it, for the love of God.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, it's excited to hear you're going to be here. You'll be performing at the San Jose Improv tonight and tomorrow on Saturday. And, first of all, great weekend. It's Valentine's Day weekend, but we've got the sunshine. We're rolling it out just for you. So it should be a nice weekend up here.
Yeah, people want to, it's Valentine's Day, and people want to know why I'm still single. And I tell them the truth. I tell them I've been married to my work. And then my work decided to see other people. Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming. That is the type of hilarity that you can expect tonight. Listen, it's a massive weekend. Our Rams are in the Super Bowl. But it's been a minute since I've been in that area, and and I'm not just saying this. It's one of my favorite rooms in the country, because it seats about 450 people. But it feels incredibly intimate. So we need to just, and again, I think that people are very, very confused because, and understandably, because we don't know, the mask mandate comes off on the 15th, correct? Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, it's coming off next week. Yep.
But not in LA County, and Mayor Garcetti is holding his breath with Magic Johnson, and I'm very confused. I don't know what's happening, but it's my job to make sense of it tonight and tomorrow at the Improv.
Well, very cool. I'm sure fans will be very excited to see you, talk about all of that plus more. And yeah, there are some different restrictions in various counties. I believe Santa Clara County might have their own. So obviously check the website before you head out to the show. It'll be very easy to get in, though, and have a good time. And just so you're clear, Jeremy, this is 49ers country. And the Niners and Rams, it didn't go so well for us in the NFC Championship.
It didn't. You're absolutely right. But here's the reality. Jimmy Garoppolo is so good looking. He will never stop working in front of a camera. He will take all of our jobs. Okay. He will, worst case scenario, he'll be shirtless at Abercrombie or Omicron. Is that the variant? Omicron and Fitch. I don't know what I'm saying. Come out to the Improv. No, God bless your. Listen, I'm from Chicago, and Mike Singletary was your coach for about 11 minutes. He told Vernon Davis to take a shower. Do you remember all this? Is this cutting too deep? What's happening right now?
Oh, trust me, Jeremy, Niners fans, they remember it all. They remember it all. But of course, we do have the big game to look forward to this weekend. And, you talked about being married to your work. You're a busy guy. You've got movies in the works, obviously your new podcast. So tell us a little bit about that.
I'm in my podcast room right now. How You Live in J. Piven season 2 is dropping this week. You can get it on wherever, you find your podcasts. I'm a caveman, so I can barely even use my phone. It's been incredible. First guest was Jamie Foxx, Tiffany Haddish, Mark Cuban. I'm going to sit down with the gentleman that played E on Entourage, Kevin Connolly. That's coming up next. You know what I should do? I should bring, hold on. I don't know. This isn't working. Lloyd! How many times have I yelled Lloyd in my own, my neighbors think I have Tourette's. It's getting really awkward. That was lowbrow.
I bet you that, especially if he doesn't show up, it might get a little bit awkward for sure. Are we going to hear any more shouts to Lloyd? Is there going to be a reunion with Entourage again at any time down the road here?
It's a great question. That's a question for Mark Wahlberg. and for Doug Ellen, who created Entourage, and Doug has been on my podcast as well. I think it'd be fun. I just need to shave. I need to throw a tie on and start yelling, and then we're ready to go. But I do lines with my mom. No, I don't do lines with my mom. I run lines. Don't do lines with your mother. Okay? I run lines with my mother because she's my acting teacher. So to this day, whenever I have, I'm actually in the middle of filming a movie with my sister. It's a family affair in Slovakia. Anyone that follows me on social media knows that I broke 8 ribs on set because I thought it was Tom Cruise, and apparently I'm Tom Arnold, which is awkward. But I'll be back to Slovakia to finish the job with my sister, and I run lines with my mom. So people think that, I'm Ari Gold and I was born in the mailroom, and the reality is I come from a theater family in Chicago, and I studied at the Piven Theater. This is all stuff that you probably will not see on television. But how much of this interview do you think you'll actually air? 11 seconds.
All of it, Jeremy. Every single, all 11 minutes of it at this point. No, I think that's very cool that people get a little insight of who you are before they head out to see you in person. Because, here, side note, really quick before I let you go, is I lived in LA for a few years, tried to do the whole acting thing. I actually auditioned for, a role on Entourage. It was just one episode.
Really?
I think it was a scene was going to be with Turtle. Yeah. So, talking to you, it's very cool. A lot of people don't, we don't get to Hollywood that often. Sometimes people come up here for shows and performances. So it's cool to, to get a little bit of the backstory of where you're from and who you are before people head out to see you tonight.
Absolutely. No, I love this opportunity. And from interviewing people, it's always tough because you have a very finite amount of time to get to know someone. That's why I love podcasts, because they're long form. And and one of the great things about doing stand-up for me selfishly is we all get to be in the same room together, breathing the same air, and people get a sense of who I am as opposed to who maybe they thought I was based on maybe, the gentleman behind me, Ari Gold, which I was completely honored to play. And, if you come out, I'll jump into a few scenes and have fun with it and show you what it's like behind the scenes. And as I alluded to earlier, the idea of running lines with my mother, everything I've said is Ari Gold, I've said to her face. And she literally has had to play all the characters, Turtle, Drama, E, every one of them. And she does it beautifully. And I actually just did a movie with my mother called The Walk. That'll be out later this year about the dismantling of segregation in Boston in the 70s. Anyway, I'm sorry that I keep going on and on. This needs to be a 4-part miniseries, this interview.
No, I love it. Well, cool. Well, let's make this happen again. Well, definitely excited to have you here in the Bay and to hear all these cool stories about your mom. She sounds like a wonderful woman, actually. Check out Jeremy Piven Friday and Saturday, February 11th and 12th, tonight and tomorrow at the San Jose Improv. This was fun. Thank you.
Listen, you should have been on our show. If it happens again, I think you would make a fantastic girlfriend for Turtle.
Oh, thanks. Well, obviously, the broadcasting thing worked out a little bit better for me, which my heart is here anyway in San Francisco. So good to know.
I don't want to take you away from San Francisco. Your heart is in San Francisco. But I just want you to know Turtle is skinny now. I just want to put that out there. It's a skinny turtle.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Jeremy,
I'm just saying random
you
things.
have a safe trip up here.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
I love
Take
it.
care.
I can't wait to hear the podcast.